It is good to be back, everybody. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Esther.
Almost 3-month married anniversary. Weary cat face.
3-month married anniversary. And that's just so poignant, Esther, because 3 years a subscriber equates to 3 months as as married. That kind of synergy will never happen again. So let's celebrate it now while we have the chance. For those of you that have not been around, Esther and I did get married, which is awesome. So yeah. Hopefully some of you were aware of that. Here's my very real ring that's not silicone and did not get replaced because I lost my wedding ring already 3 months into marriage. It didn't happen. Space Chicken asks, would David main Dr. Mario if he got his doctorate of art assessment? Just curious. I wasn't aware you get a doctorate of art assessment. If that's the case, please send me the link so I can get my doctorate of art assessment. Because, you know, anyone who's not doing the designing is always an expert in design. Zange, that is... Now, Zange is a name I have not heard in a long time. On Twitch, at least. I've seen your posts and creations. You've been doing a lot of cool pixel art lately, so thank you for sharing that. It's been fun to see. And if it isn't Kizami, what's going on? Now, I know a long time ago you did tell me the origin of your name, and I'm pronouncing it wrong, I think. It was based on an online game, right? And I already forgot the story. Anthony does have you beat Esther, but Anthony's not married to me, so I think you're doing okay. Yeah, it wasn't nepotism before we were married, but now that we're married, it has become nepotism. Exactly. Kiz, okay. You told me the story of it, and I really wanted to remember it, but here we are. I don't quite remember. I apologize. It's been a really long time. Of course I remember you. Yeah. Zange, you're probably one of the closer to the OG era than most. Also, I found this image recently that I really want to share with you guys that I posted on the Discord already, but I want to make sure that you guys have seen it. Okay. Wow, I'm getting used to using this stream deck again. Oh, what? Oh, weird. My monitors are all messed up. There we go. Oh, weird. It doesn't, for some reason, the names of my monitors got mixed up in the software, so it's not a one-to-one translation. Well, anyway, I feel like this image is very helpful in a lot of situations, so I'm going to do yourselves a favor. I'm going to put the link in chat so you guys can save it to your device and use it. I'm surprised you remember that much. Well, thanks, Kiz. I appreciate that. Really do. Wow. Thank you, bot, for that offer. Stanley, thank you so much for the 28 months.
David Hype, Christy 92, Axel Piggle, Christy 92,
Larry,
Axel Piggle,
hey.
Christy 92, Axel Piggle, Larry.
That's a good one.
Larry,
of course,
hey,
I'm familiar
Larry,
with the Christy emotes, but I've not seen the Larry ones before. How have you been, Stanley? How is your 2023 shaking up? I think you're in school right now. What are you in school for? Thank you, Essie. If it isn't Mr. Howdy, the dude of howdies himself, it is good to see you. For those of you unaware, I did become Mr. Cheems when I married Esther, so that is what Howdy is referring to there. Let's defund the police and give all the funding to Larry Boy. I think we might see some improvements if we go that route, Esther. I like that. I like your thinking there. A lot of stuff's happened. Indeed. I'm glad that you're back. A decent start, but good. Glad to hear it, Stanley. Glad to hear it. Have you, I forget when the DLC for Sonic Frontiers is coming out, but did you enjoy your second playthrough of Sonic Frontiers? I watched a little bit of it, which I enjoyed very much. Something about Sonic Frontiers just, it's so good. You're right, Larry Boy versus AI Seinfeld Larry. Okay, we need to do a unsponsored shout out for this stream, which hopefully many of you have seen already, but it is phenomenal. It is a kind of Seinfeld parody show, but it's all AI generated, and it is a riot and a half. So I'll showcase a little bit of it, and then make sure actually, if a moderator, maybe Esther. Although you might be on mobile, so no worries if not. But if you want to give Watch Me Forever a shout out, actually, I can probably do that very easily. Yeah. Oh, what? Oh, shout out. Okay. This is good stuff. This is all AI generated, and it's freaking hilarious. Oh, look at that. They have a website now. I'll move my camera so you guys can see it. Nothingforever.com is their website now. I don't have the audio on, and to get the audio, you'll have to tune in yourself. And this is going on all the time. So no, you don't have to leave this stream immediately to watch this. This is on all the time. So when I'm done streaming, and when the person that I'm rating is done streaming, and after you spent a good 5 hours with the person that I've rated and talked about how great of a streamer they are, and they have a really good impression of me, then you can watch this stream. And I'm telling you, this is hours of entertainment. They've been going for 43 hours straight, but this has been going on far longer than that. And if you're a fan of Seinfeld, if you're a fan of just goofiness in general and silly AI shenanigans, I do heartily recommend this. Regal Posture, that's another name I've not seen in a good while. It's good to see you again. Let's get some music in here. Why not? So the way this works, and I'm going to remind everyone for those that don't know, but the music's going to be in the background, but it's not going to be in the VODs, I believe. I should probably verify that, actually. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to just find a playlist of even game soundtracks aren't safe anymore. I wonder... Copyright free music. What if I just went the simple route and I use stream beats? Will you guys despise me for that? Am I a bad person if I use stream beats? Because, I mean, you feel free to judge me. I mean, it's totally warranted. Okay, wait, let's change VLC to music. Just in case. All right, we're going to go with stream beats. It's the safe option. But don't worry. We'll shuffle it. Oh, wait, this is only one song. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Now we have hours of music. Holy cow. Guys, look at this. This is almost 9 hours of music. 9 hours of stream beats. That's impressive. And about Frontiers DLC, my prediction is the first DLC may be released in the spring. The second wave will be around Sonic's anniversary, and the final wave will be around late 2023. Okay, so they haven't announced any dates yet. I cannot wait. The Knuckles and Tails update is going to be so fun. Lots of stuff has happened. I raised $2,025 for charity last month. Holy cow. YouTube editing as a career. Oh, what? Congratulations. For whom are you editing, Kiz? Is it someone that we would know, or is it kind of an up-and-comer? Very interested. I'm quite busy. Been having a great 2023 so far. I'm glad to hear that, Regal. You could listen to classical music copyright-free. That's true. Yes, I want to show off the builds behind the latest video that I made. This is kind of a duplicate. For example, I have T plus and I have T plus files. I really didn't use anything from T plus, so not all of these were used. But I want to kind of walk through how I made the video because I think it's kind of interesting. Hopefully, you guys are down for that as well. And Link, it's good to see you in chat. How have you been? All right, so obviously the vast majority of what you saw in my latest video, which if you haven't checked it out, by the way, you can do so by going here. I should make a video command so people can check it out if you haven't yet. But the game's premise is, what if Super Smash Bros. Melee was the first Smash game? It would look like this, and it would be awesome. It would be called Super Smash Brothers, and it would be a whole marketing play by Nintendo. And anyway, I talk about it. Here's the link for it. And yeah, the animations were made by King Bob, and the box art was made by Ephysio, also known as Aeon Hero. I think that's how you'd pronounce it. But if you guys have not subscribed to King Bob yet, and you love those animations, you have to subscribe to him. He's made a bunch of banger videos. One that blew up recently was, what if the Mario movie was made in Nintendo 64's engine? Yeah, he does, Zange. So here's a link to his channel if you want to check it out. Pin the message. That's an excellent idea. I don't think I can do that for some reason. In the Stream Elements chat. I think it's missing some features. It's got Franker VZ and Better TV, though. If a moderator is able to do that, then that'd be awesome. But anyway. So King Bob is great. You should definitely check him out. Ephysio is an amazing PM and Melee competitor, but also dabbles in modding as well. So give this king a follow if you like great Smash content. All right. So with that introduction out of the way, let's dive into the build. So first question is, which builds are showcased in the video? The first one to talk about is codename Melee Deluxe. The second one is, which honestly we should talk about with, it basically combines Project Plus, Project M, with Smash 2. So then that brings me to Smash 2. Is kind of the other one. There's Smash 2 Plus, Smash 2 Omega, which are all offshoots of Smash 2. Smash 2 is really the core of it, and then the reason why I put this above is because I heavily based the video off of this mod. And then also a little bit of Arcania, and little bits of Beyond Melee as well. And another mod called Smash Brothers Melee Revision 3. Those are what we have. These are the mods that predominantly make up this build. Now, to showcase things like Project Ganondorf, I use PM or P plus EX, specifically Puss's build. And I will showcase all that in a second. And I just basically took the models, the Smash 2 models, I made those the models for the movesets in that build. So let's, without further ado, let's open up our modified version of Codename Melee Deluxe, which is an awesome build in and of itself. And if any of these look interesting to you, I've linked to them in my video description, so you should be able to check them out. All right.
Choose your character.
I swear I thought it was... All right, whatever. We'll use that, I guess. No, I don't want to. This should be a game sound. Oh my gosh. Matthew, thank you so much.
Choose your character.
Yeah, choose your character. What? It's being weird. There we go. Now it's working. Hey, Matt, thank you so much for the 48 months. I appreciate that. That's 48 months. Wait a second. 48 months? If my math's correct, that's 4 years. Holy cow. That's insane. I'm glad I caught you for a 4-year resub. Esther just had her 3-year sub, I believe. 3-year resub. Yeah, she hit 36 months. And you just hit 48. Yes, so we realized, you know, correlation always equals causation. So because I've been married to Esther for 3 months and she subbed for 3 years, that means by proxy, since you've been subbed to me for 4 years, we've been married for 4 months, Matt, is what I've concluded. What happened to Young Link? That's an excellent question. You'll very quickly see the deviations I did from Codename Melee Deluxe. I didn't agree with all the design choices completely. Apologize for the weird, like, glitching stuff, which is another reason I didn't really want to show this. I wanted to kind of piecemeal bits of, like, different builds and put them together for the best presentation possible. So, it's a great metric, Link. I want the marriage per year of sub. That's a good question. I feel like you should automatically be upgraded to tier 3, but I don't make the rules. So this is obviously a Link to the Past styled Young Link, and like I appreciate the reference, but I'm just not sure about the execution. So I opted to just use standard Young Link for my video. And then, of course, like in the video, let's...
Choose your character.
Seems kind of loud, so I'm going to decrease it a little bit. I also didn't include Suitless Samus either. So anyway, I'll give you a taste of what Codename Melee Deluxe is kind of like. I also changed Pit, so I can't really show Pit. So normally, and also Ganondorf here isn't the Ganondorf I show off in the video, and I'll explain that in a little bit later. Hey, Close Official, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Yeah, pink hair. Yeah, there's some... That's, again, another reference to, I believe, the SNES link, if I remember correctly. So, you got a company credit card at month 3. Who's the company? And whose money are we spending? Is the blurred character a secret? No, that is me being lazy. That is Olimar. This is a character that I kind of brought back from the dead. The original Codename Melee Deluxe does not have Olimar at all. So I put in the lowest resolution texture. Actually, this is the texture that was still in there. I just brought it back from the dead. And then this is what the portraits look like, but I just replaced the first one to get that HD portrait to match the others. So I'll go into Olimar in a little bit, but I want to show you just a few things that kind of showcase Codename Melee Deluxe. And like the Mario Raceway, I did some liberties where I changed the name. I changed this to Mario. No, wait. No, he called it Mario Raceway as well. Okay, never mind. I didn't deviate from that. So I'll just show you this. Oh, also, the 3, 2, 1, I removed all the sound effects because I wanted to capture the entrance animations, right? So to do that, I just muted all the sounds for 3, 2, 1, go, and then I also went into the code menu and turned off the HUD. Oops. There's a quirk in the code menu where if the character is not on the character list, you just get transformed into Mario. So obviously this is all based on Project Plus moveset wise. Let's go back to that stage. Actually, let's turn the HUD back on. Now that you've seen what it's like with it off. I recorded all the footage with the HUD off, as you may have seen. Hey, I like McDonald's. Thanks so much. I'm glad you're here. We're just doing a chill showcase of the build that I kind of modified for my video. What I love about this Young Link is his roll. His dash attack is this roll. So it's just like you're playing Zelda. And of course, if you roll off a ledge, Oops. He jumps, just like in the games. So I think that's cool. Exactly. It's Legacy XP Young Link for all intents and purposes. And what I like about this stage a lot is, like, the signs are all, like, directly from Mario Kart 64. And so I think Crash worked on this stage. And then the HUD in the background, it's all the toads and stuff. And it's got, like, the Mario Kart 64 graphic. So and of course the banner here is from Mario Kart 64 as well. So it's very Mario Kart 64 influence, which I really appreciate, because that would be the latest game to come out, right? Hey Mike, how's it going? Melee was Smash 64, then Brawl would be Melee. You're so right. And actually, if you guys stick around to the end, I have some ideas for my next video, and I want your guys' input on it, because I have some ideas on what a sequel video could be. The name was already Mario Raceway, but since I would have named that too, I'm taking credit for that. Yeah, that's kind of what I just did. That's kind of embarrassing. The spirits for Link and Link to the Past have pink hair due to the palette. Yeah, that's right. The limited palette. Right. Hylian and Bunny Link sharing the same palette. Yeah, that's actually true. Thank you for reminding me. Thanks. Yeah, I think it's... The modders do outstanding work, and I feel like their work's very much overlooked a lot of the time. There's some gems that aren't noticed as much. So I try to, like, showcase them whenever I can. I also love the little sound effects for his slingshot. Another thing that's worth pointing out is there's, like, the melee-style bombs and hookshot and boomerang and everything. And all the sound effects have been replaced with the melee ones. But if the character exists in Project Plus, they basically have the Project Plus moveset. But I'll show Olimar now. It's not Banjo-Kazooie. I know, you're shocked, but that's not Banjo-Kazooie. So here are some edits that I made myself. Let's see, I gotta remember how to get to Forest of Hope, because Forest of Hope isn't on here. I think it's the Z-Alt for Yoshi's Story. Yeah! Okay, I want to point out a tiny detail that literally no one will care about except for me. Listen very carefully to the ship sound effects. So did you hear the kind of the ambient whoa 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 sounds? Those are from the SS Dolphin, and I ripped those directly from Pikmin 1. And I gave him his voice from Pikmin 2, so he actually says things now. It's kind of hard to hear, but I also did the original Pikmin sounds. Like, those are directly from Pikmin 2. And then I used this stage is actually from Brawl Minus. It's like a variation of the Brawl Distant Planet. And then I used the textures from Smash 2 Omega, because Smash 2 Omega has an Olimar that I like. So I stole the up B, and I stole the up tilt from Project Plus Olimar, because I liked it way better than the spinny one. The Olimar's up tilt in Brawl is just this, but him jumping and doing that. So I think this is much better. So I took that. You'll also notice he only plucks red, yellow, and blue Pikmin. He doesn't do the new ones from Pikmin 2, because Pikmin 2 obviously wouldn't come out yet. But I did make one fundamental error when I made this video. You see this character in the background with the blue creature? I can't remember the name of it. It has a little pointy nose. That's only from Pikmin 2, and I accidentally left it in this version, because obviously this is kind of based on Pikmin 2's Garden of Hope? ? Is that Pikmin 3? Awakening Wood? I get them all confused. But there's some Pikmin 2 stuff in here that I should have removed before I completed the stage. But yeah. Honestly, I really don't think they would have gotten Cloud back then. Right. Possibly, but in the theoretical timeline that I created, Nintendo specifically wanted to work with Square to get them back. Snyder, welcome! Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, the character selection screen is pretty high res. It's because of the HD feature in Dolphin. Hey, how's it going, Tetris? Good to see you again. Yes, this is Codename Melee Deluxe, but a version that I modified. It's very strange that he doesn't say anything in the official Smash. I completely agree. It's very strange. Yes, Esther. Yeah, you called it out. The spear beetle in the background. Yeah, that shouldn't be there. Also, if we're nitpicking, these berries. Okay, wow, there's actually a lot to unpack here. The berries are not in Pikmin 1. Those little, like, daffodil things are from Pikmin 2. And I think those flowers, those purple flowers, are also from Pikmin 2. So there's a lot in here that I should have nuked or replaced with something relevant to Pikmin 1. But that's okay. It wasn't perfect. Here's our boy. Here's our boy. It's odd that some characters in Vanilla Smash don't say anything or make sounds. Indeed. Spam your Bulborbs in the chat if you got them. Garden of Hope is 3. That's right. Awakening Wood. Yep, I'm thinking of Awakening Wood. Absolutely. So I didn't make a ton of changes to Olimar, but the other one that I'm really proud of is the Final Smash, because, again, he comes in on SS Dolphin instead of the Pikmin 2 ship. And so I had to animate him to fit better. Because, like, normally he, like... Can I do... Alright. Oh, crap. It's doing that thing again. How do I... Okay. I was trying to do a freeze frame of the entrance, but... yeah. So that's some changes to Olimar. And then I also modified Snake as well. And Polly's in advance. Wolf's going to sound really glitchy. But I didn't take Wolf directly from Codename Melee Deluxe. I actually took this Wolf from, I think, from Smash 2 Plus. So I'll show you that. And this is Venom that was made by, I think it was Mario Docs.
It's showtime.
So I just like this model a lot more than the one that's in Codename Melee Deluxe. I think his proportions are better. So what I did is, this is basically Project Plus Snake. But I thought, how can I make him a little bit more melee? And I thought one way to do that was his down smash wouldn't be that mine, I don't think. So I took this one from Ultimate, I believe. But other than that, he is straight up Project Plus Snake. You know, honestly, I would probably even consider replacing this up smash, because to me it doesn't seem very melee-like to have a smash attack have that behavior. But that's all right. He's got his tilt, down tilt, crawl attack. You got the Project Plus up tilt, which I think is awesome. Way better than the official one. And Wolf has his Smash Ultimate voice. But if I were to pick, I would give him actual Jock Blaney sounds, because Jock Blaney is the best Wolf ever. Moveset-wise, he's not quite a Kenya Wolf. He's a little bit different. I wanted to make him not a carbon copy of a Kenya Wolf. You can hear his sound effects will be really quiet, but you can hear Falco and Fox's new voice. Unless they conflict again, which sometimes the Spaceys conflict with each other, and it sounds weird. Akania is really good, Zange. I really recommend it. Exactly, Stanley. That's Ultimate Down Smash. So we got Fox down air instead of the... I think Akania's is different. So the aerials are all like Fox. Alright, Falco. Alright. Wow. Hands off my prey. So all the smash attacks are unique, at least. The aerials not being unique just felt right. Welcome back, Annie Nicole. Thank you for the 32 months.
Sup?
Well, I'm just showing off the mods that I wanted to showcase for this video. Good to have you, Annie. How have you been? Got him. So yeah, I like this wolf a lot. I like how his idle animation is unique, but it's similar enough to Melee Fox, but not a carbon copy entirely. Of course, we have that side B. I like that purple effect a lot too. So that's fun. Can't complain. I'm doing great. 2023 has had a really strong start lately. Being married is worth it. I do recommend it. If you're interested in being married, you should give it a shot. I would say the new job is going well. I'm finally settling in with the new job, and it's pretty awesome. I like the job a lot. Yeah, the darkness effect on Firewolf. Right. That was kind of a nice little touch that I appreciated. Then, one thing that's unique about DDD and Meta Knight are their down Bs are completely unique. I wonder if I should do... You know what I'll do? I'll do training mode. That might be a little bit more flexible.
Training mode. Meta Knight. King DDD.
And actually, I could probably just control the other... Yeah, you just control the other character if I wanted to. Is there anything in this build stage-wise I did? Oh yeah, so Poke Floats got recreated in Brawl, but I decided to use Sprout Tower instead. But all these other stages pretty much are showcased. Oh yeah, the other one I didn't do is Melee's Mushroom Kingdom. I did 64s instead. And then I replaced a lot of the 64 ones with the modern ones, like the freaking amazing HD version of Congo Jungle, which looks great. This version of Meta Knight I actually customized. I think this is Smash to Omegas, but then I replaced the sword with one that looked more like the Melee Trophy. So he looks just like he was pulled from the Melee Trophy. So here's the down B. So that's a reference that he never has this in the official Smash games, but it's from the Kirby games. You know, I'll be married someday, but not soon. All right, fair enough. I do recommend it eventually when you're ready and you find the right person. Do not rush it, but I do recommend it. Don't rush it, but at the same time, don't wait around. Be looking out for the right person, because you never know when they might show up. Also, I like the Japanese voice for him a lot. Sounds way more intense. Also, you'll notice some of the characters have all 3 taunts. Some of the characters charge properly like this, but some of them have their brawl charges still. So, no, the Melee Trophy does have a cape, but he does have a cape. That's a good point. He needs a cape, but the brawl one doesn't have a cape either. It's kind of bunched up in the back, and it never comes out as a cape. Ideally, I give him a flowing cape, but that has not been made, and that would be, you know, a lot of custom work, baked in animations for the physics and everything. Some people try to rush to get married. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, some people rush, and some people wait too long. So it's kind of, you can kind of do it both ways if you're not careful. So then for DDD, the thing that was unique about him was we gave him Bowser's command grab from Brawl, which I think fits him way better than Bowser. So down B is now this. Side B is always the Gordo, which I thought was a little bit more melee-like than having a little NPC run around. Even though I love the DDDs, the Waddle Dees, I should say, and the Waddle Doos. I think they're great, but I think this would be honestly more of a melee move. They seem to fit a bit more. So down B, that command grab. So if you recognize it, that's because it's literally Bowser's from Brawl. And possibly the future Smash games? I don't actually know. Yeah, cape physics do suck to work with. That's why I'm not surprised that a cape Meta Knight is not a thing yet. But other than that, he's basically Project Plus, or Project M, DDD. But I love him because he looks like the Melee Trophy, right? I just love the Melee art style. There's something so special about it. If I make a sequel to this video, and it's the first one I make in a theoretical Brawl, it's going to be not as good because I don't know. The art style for Brawl is just not... doesn't cut it, man. The art style does not cut it compared to this art style. It's so charming. Which, by the way, oh my gosh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't publish my new video yet on my second channel, which I meant to do this morning. Wow. I'll do that, and then I'll post it later somewhere. Or so I'll let someone else post it if they want to. Let's do video. Oh my gosh, my computer is so slow. I need a new PC so badly. I mean, that's subjective. I have a lot of nice things I can do with my current one. But for to do certain things, I really need a new PC. Alright. Public. This video is now public. So, as of this second, I just released a new video on my second channel, which I'll post in chat, which is... oh, I forgot that it has that weird mode. Why is Melee so nostalgic? And it talks about my theory as to why Melee specifically is more nostalgic than normal for late 80s, early 90s kids. And I understand this won't apply to a lot of you in chat, and that's okay. No problem there. But my theory is essentially like, because all the artwork, like, first off, so here's all the Marios, right? Smash Melee and Smash 64 technically have the same art style. The only difference is like hardware limitations. So the reason they couldn't go more this direction is because just, you know, they literally couldn't do it. And then every Smash game afterwards had their own art style, which was completely different. So that's an interesting point. And the reason why that's significant is because think about like the box art and the renders and the 3D models, the Silicon Valley models, or Silicon Graphics models. And like Render 96 kind of showcases this as well. This is what you're seeing growing up in the 90s. And so when Melee came out, you're literally playing the Mario that you saw in the box art, right? Kenzie, thank you for that sub. I appreciate it.
David's dream.
I actually really like how Joey pronounced that. That was a good pronunciation. Nearly 2 years of subscriptions. Thank you so much, Kenzie. I appreciate you using your Prime Gaming sub on me. How have you been? How's your Saturday going? N64 Mario, my beloved. Zane, that's what I'm saying. In my opinion, Snake, Captain Falcon, and Ganondorf's models fit Brawl well with their designs. Yeah, but actually on that, I have a counterpoint to that, Stanley. What design did they use? What design did they go back to in Ultimate with Ganondorf? His Ocarina of Time design. So I would argue that the Ocarina of Time Ganondorf, first off, is the definitive Ganondorf. Secondly, like that art style is actually closer to Melee than Brawl. So I think that it's aged better. So here's an example where you have this Raccoon Mario trophy from Melee, right? But what you can see, it's a literal reused asset from this box art. It's the same pose. Just, you know, tweaked a little bit. The eyes have moved and his head's less tilted. But it's the same model, just like with a reduced poly count. So when you got Melee, you were playing as all the promo material you've been seeing for at least, 10 years or so at that point. If you want to count like Donkey Kong Country and stuff. And here's a perfect example of that I talk about in the video as well. So here's a beta version of Mario Party 4's box art. And here's Mario Party 3's box art. And you'll see the common design language. They look like they're the same models. And here's the final version of Mario Party 4's box art. Oops. So this is the early prototype, beta placeholder, and this is the final. And look at Mario, look at Luigi. This is so nostalgic for someone who grew up seeing this, and this was the very beginning of kind of their more modern designs. So, and I just think they have more personality, they're more refined, but I just think they're so much more bland compared to these. Are they improved? Sure. I think they're improved, especially Daisy. But just, I get way more excited when I see this because of the nostalgia I have for that time period of the kind of N64, SNES time period, where, you know, what games are coming out? Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, Mario 64, you know, just stellar games. And then by the time they look like this, I would consider like we were entering GameCube Wii era. The GameCube games were still strong, don't get me wrong, but Wii era really started to drop off on quality, in my opinion. So when I see these models, I get so excited and think about that fondness I have. And so anyway, all that to say, think about Melee, right? You have, look at this. I mean, the upgrade is huge. Like, think about the Yoshi's Story box art. This looks like Yoshi's Story box art. Think about like how Star Fox 64's box art looks and how Fox appears in that. That's what that looks like. This looks rudimentary compared to this. You can't even tell that these are supposed to be like part of a, you know, a comlink headset. It looks like fur. But here it's like actually detailed and looks like the artwork on the box art. So less saturated. You're right. Hobbit for sure. N64 era had so much soul. I could not agree more. I could not agree more. So Melee is in this inflection point where it's technically a GameCube game, right? But it's basically a 64 game when it comes to the games represented, when it comes to the art style, the sound, and a bunch of other things. It's all refined. It's like a refined N64 game. Here's another funny comparison. On the left, you have the low poly models for Melee, and on the right, you have the the Smash 64 models. Look how similar they are. So to me, that kind of proves like the art style was really the same. And if they didn't have the limitations, they would have gone for something like Melee. So that's what I argue for in this video. I talk about the controller as well. I talk about a few other things. If you're interested in this topic, I would recommend checking out the video. I will post it in the announcements. Oops. I'll post it on the announcements channel in Discord. So if you want to check it out, you can do that. And I'll throw that Discord command at you. That's how you can join if you'd like. Yeah, exactly, Hobbit. It's less saturated and just there's less, I don't know, there's less soul, to use what Zane said. There's less soul in this compared to this. Yes, this is more rudimentary and this is older looking, but there's just something about it, man. The Ocarina of Time designs for all the Legend of Zelda characters are by far my favorite. I miss seeing Ocarina of Time Link and Smash. Zane, thank you. I could not agree more. That is perfectly said. Here's another funny thing. If you want to think about, like, Ocarina, or, let's see, Link from Soul Calibur. Here's another version of Ocarina of Time Link in another art style. And there's so much you can do with this design that I think works just so well. I love Ocarina of Time design. I was a little looking forward to the VOD channel a while back. Oh, were you? Yes, I did. Thank you for subbing, Annie. I appreciate that. Yes. This channel has kind of been repurposed. It's still going to have VODs, but I'm also going to put little talking head videos, little more tutorial videos, things of value beyond VODs. Because I think just having a VOD channel is fine, but I like to mix it up with some content that's kind of more variety than just VODs. So, Ocarina of Time Ganon will always be the best Ganon design. Yeah. My chat is full of people with outstanding good opinions. Big fan, guys. Big fan. Let's actually add this to playlist. To Melee. Yeah. The jump from N64 to GameCube is actually insane. I wish I was there to see it, but I was born in 1998. Fair enough. Yeah, I was there, and as someone that was there, it was like nothing. I would say the jump from SNES to 64 was the biggest, and I was alive for that as well, because I was born in 92. So I remember seeing Mario Kart 64 and thinking, this looks so smooth and realistic and wonderful. Like, okay, actually, I want to show you guys something else. Can I give you an idea of what it looked like as a kid? I want to show you guys something. Let's do, oh heck, a new video from the bonus channel. Well, I better like Oh. That's awesome. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out the new Smash Remix update video, you absolutely should. How's it going, Dean? Good to see you again. Jukebox, I heard you lost your wedding ring. I hope it turns out in the future. Thank you, Jukebox. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath. I've been looking for a week and a half now and have not been able to find it, so hopefully I will. The lack of color feels bland. I agree. Yeah. Soul Calibur Link is a bit weird to me aesthetically, though we have gone over the voice side of it in the past. Yes. Yeah, he's definitely an outlier, but my point there was you can just do so much with that design. But anyway, why did I do this? Oh, I want to show you guys something. Mario Kart 64 HD. I want to show you guys something. Check out this texture pack. Okay, look at the right. I'm covering it, so I'm going to move my head. So, like, look at this. This is what it looked like as a kid. I don't know what the audio... Why aren't they just showing gameplay? Oh, cool. Like, look at this. This looks freaking beautiful. This is literally what it looked like to us as kids. And we didn't know they were sprites. We didn't really know what that meant. It was just like, wow, look how sharp and how round things look. You know? Now, what's funny is Diddy Kong Racing did something where they used actual 3D models for the characters, but they used flat billboarded textures for the wheels. So they used the same method as Mario Kart 64 for the wheels to make them look really round, but they actually used 3D models for the characters. Anyway, this is so awesome. It's so freaking cool. So this is how it looked as a kid. So yeah. Yeah, right? It's so smooth. Yeah, this is Narelle. I guess you're right. Yeah. He covered this video. But the download's available if you just search for it, and it is awesome. Yes, I'm almost at 20k subs. I'm really excited about it, Stanley. Thanks, Jukebox. All right, so anyway, that was a big tangent, but that's why I think the Melee art style is so timeless and memorable and nostalgic, specifically for people in my age group, because man, it gives you the feels, man. What else do I want to showcase? I think just this is fun. Showing Bowser. This is just Project Plus Bowser, pretty much, but I think combined with the Melee art style, it's just so sick. And then also, obviously, this Bowser's Castle stage. This stage actually is a stage that I helped work on for Legacy TE. And it was a Star Waffle import and model initially, based loosely on Llama Juice's Project M Bowser's Castle stage. It uses that as a base, but yeah, like I put dry bones in the background, which they got rid of, which is fine because that's era appropriate for this stage. But I put the spikes in the background. I animated part of the Koopa where Duke It Out finished out the animation. I also animated the little thwomps in the background that just kind of fall into the lava. And this run animation, one reason I really like it is it reminds me of in Super Mario 64 when Bowser would run. He kind of looks like this, so I'm assuming that's where the Project Plus team got their inspiration from. And of course with this, that's like from the original Super Mario Brothers. Having that fireball. You press B without a fireball, he does that. So it's kind of got that melee property. It's got the grab too, so it's not exactly the same as Melee's. Hey, Waveland Master, how's it going? Yeah, Bowser's projectile is really sick. It almost feels wrong because it's not melee, but I still think it's cool. Narelle does make great videos, I agree. I haven't thought about his humor. A Dean brand guitar V model. Oh, congratulations on the guitar purchase, Dean. That's awesome. It's time to brawl. Playing Melee for the first time was surreal. I could not agree more. Seeing the opening video was nothing in the universe looked better than that. It was like just breathtaking. Let's see what else is worth showcasing, really. I appreciate the Project Plus team stayed true to sacrifice bestial intentions. I completely agree, Hobbit. I completely agree. It's my personal preference as well, actually. Even though I love Grant Kirkhope as a Donkey Kong voice actor, I think the animal noises are probably the right move. And that, for certain, Bowser having the beast sounds is just everything. I just cannot stand his modern interpretation at all. It's so bad. Somebody in my comments for the video mentioned, oh man, I wish they gave DDD and Meta Knight their voices from the Kirby Repagacha anime. And I love that show, don't get me wrong, but I think that would have been a really poor choice to use their voices from that. Because, hey, he'd sound like Kirby. He'd sound like that. And the Meta Knight would sound like this and sound kind of odd. Donnie, thank you so much for the 51 months.
You are in the hallway of fate, frozen in time, and you must make a choice to fundamentally alter your reality. Down one end of the corridor is a door that says if you exit here Super Smash Bros. Melee will never have existed.
Okay.
And across the way an alternate exit lies with the heading P through here, and the only song you will ever hear is Crazy Train the rest of your life. Where do you exit?
Okay, so Donnie has given us a dilemma here. And thank you for the tier 2 resub, Donnie. I appreciate it. One door says, if you exit here, Melee will have never existed. The other one is, the only song you will ever hear is Crazy Train for the rest of your life. So, that's a tough one. I think I would probably pick the door that says Melee never existed. Because any song that ever played would be the same song. I would probably literally go insane. Now that being said, I could try to just never listen to music, but not only would I be robbing myself of music in general at that point, I would be forced to be subjected to it whenever a ringtone would go off, whenever there's music in a movie. I just don't think that is a good situation. And as much as I love Melee, and you know I do, I think I'd have to pick that one, Donnie. Very good question. Very tough. First time playing Melee was at a Walmart kiosk, and I didn't know how to press start, so I didn't get past the character selection screen. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's amazing you played at a kiosk, though. I also played at a kiosk as a kid. I think it was a Fred Meyer kiosk. Imagine if DK, Diddy, and Bowser had their voice clips from the games. What do you mean, Stanley? Bowser's voice is from the games. It's from Super Mario 64, and are you saying if DK and Diddy had their Donkey Kong 64 voices? Because there are mods of that. Thanks, Jukebox. You must have seen Kirby right back at you. I think Meta Knight's Japanese voice is the same as the anime. Oh, really? Oh, that'd be interesting to know. You can live with Crazy Train for the rest of your life? You can live with that, Dean? Really? I'm surprised. I think if you really thought about it, I think you'd change your mind. I think, Dean, you like too many different kinds of music. You could never listen to an Elvis song ever again. Right? Just let that sink in. I don't think you could do that. Bowser has the best result screen taunt. I don't know what you mean. Does Wario's down tilt make him flat? I don't think so. I'm gonna check because I think that was something they did in Smash 2, right? I need to check that. Okay, no, it's just this, which I prefer. I think Crash did a good job of balancing this from the Project Plus moveset, but doing the animations from Smash 2 that were more like Wario Land, like his running animation, which is a lot more like Wario Land, his down B, of course, being the hip drop, which is way better than the stupid Wario off move. That being side B just makes sense. Good up smash. I also like this. It's such a good voice for him. It's from Mario Kart 64, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I consider this like definitive Wario. I love the WarioWare games, and I'm sure they gave him his own identity, but come on, man. Classic Wario for the win. One thing I realized I didn't ever showcase were the alternate costumes. So that's one thing I want to save for another video. I actually don't like these monochrome color costumes. I prefer like how it would be on the box art. I don't think Melee would do this monochrome treatment. That does not seem like very Melee-like to me. The big thing I want to show off from this Diddy Kong is the unique down B. So this is very similar to Acania Diddy Kong, which I loved Acania Diddy Kong. But the thing I do not like about Acania Diddy Kong is his down B is the stupid banana throw. It's the most obnoxious, dumb thing, and I don't think Melee would have done that, to be honest. I just don't see that happening. So instead, we have this. Now, Smash 2 Omega had a different, or Smash 2 proper, I should say, not Omega. Smash 2 proper had a different sound effect for down B, which, truthfully, was probably more Melee-like. Chimpy charge. But the sound from DK64 is too good. Come on. Come on. That's hilarious. So I had to include it. And I think that's way better down B than what he actually got. So Smash 2 Wario is certainly interesting. I love Smash 2 Wario. I think the combination between Project Plus and Smash 2 is perfect. Do you think that banana feels wrong? Yeah. Peach, yeah. That's true. Peach does use items. But something about a banana. Maybe it's just I'm so against the idea of tripping. Brawl Scarby for life. That I would, anything that makes you trip is just not allowed in Melee. That's what it is. Like, I'd be okay with a banana peel as an item, right? Maybe that should be an item, but like as a character's move, I don't know. I guess it provides a unique mechanic and all, but I don't know. You got a good point. You got a good point, Jay. I'm glad you like it, Study. How are you doing, Study of Wumbo? Meta Knight's Japanese VA has always been the same since the anime. Oh, wow. Okay. Down B's like Yoshi's and Bowser's. Yes. Which I think fits Wario way better than his Wario waft. Midair. Yeah, midair does nothing. That's a good point. Down B in midair does nothing. In my theoretical version of this game, down B would do something. I'm not sure what, but it would do something. Ultimate remove the infinite banana trip in an update. Oh, that's good. I didn't even know that was a thing. Diddy's item is super fast, which Melee doesn't really do. Yeah. That's a good point. Thank you for the lurk, Howdy. I appreciate it. And of course, who could forget Donkey Kong? I also used Smash 2 plus Pit because I thought it was more faithful to Kid Icarus. So I'll show that off. Oh, where's... One of these is the... Sky Palace stage. I can't remember which one. This one? No, this is not it. Okay. The aerial down B is so good. It's awesome. And of course the dash attack. A lot of characters end up having this. So Young Link has this dash attack. Banjo and Kazooie have this dash attack. DK does. But it's just so good. It has to be that. You know? This is the Donkey Kong Country move. Of course you have Project Plus DK with the melee model. Just perfect. Then for Pit, so instead of his little twin blade deal, he's got this mallet, which is directly from Kid Icarus. And I'll say these animations are a little, they could probably be polished a little bit, but except when they're not changed. Like this down tilt's exactly the same. This side tilt's definitely unique. And this up tilt's unique. That seems like it's the same. Yeah, that's definitely the same. That's unique. But then, of course, with B, you have the actual heart arrow and bow and arrow deal from the melee trophy, which I really like. So yeah, I like this character. The down air is like this weird little foot move. He has a sex kick. His back air is like thrusting the shield. And then forward is whoop, 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 whoop. And up is the same. And that's definitely his Japanese voice. The up B, I guess, would be this. I almost went with Project Plus's up B, but it didn't seem like it would be what Sakurai would have picked. And this doesn't seem like a melee move either. It seems like it goes way too high. And it's just way too long. Like, that's way too long. But, anyway. You should be able to attack out of it. Hey, how's it going, Nikki? Welcome. Chat, can someone tell me what game this is? I have no audio. Oh. Can someone respond to Nikki? Can you explain this is like a mod of Codename Melee Deluxe? But it's vanilla to Donkey Kong Country. Yes, agreed. Agreed. And same with Banjo-Kazooie and same with Young Link. So like they all deserve the tuck and roll dash attack, you know. Must test the down B would do something hypothesis. Yeah, okay, Dean. Do you have ideas for Diddy Kong's down B in the air? I have nothing that comes to mind immediately, but I'm open to your ideas. Really glad y'all put Shadow in this. Yeah. I think they would too, Zange. But I did see some good comments talking about how they would not include Shadow because A, Shadow was not really predicted to be a popular character. Now he ended up being extremely popular, right? But at the time, like they killed him off in the game that he was in. So I don't know that they would have done it. But I think that comment kind of convinced me that putting him in was not the right choice. But the fanboy in me and the fanfic angle of it, I'm totally fine with how it was presented in the video. Not gonna lie, even though Brawl Pit isn't as faithful to the original, his fresh take sitting up for Uprising is the most blessed thing. Yeah. Uprising is a freaking goated game. I'm sad we haven't gotten a follow-up. Yeah, I still want to try it. I was looking into that on eBay somewhat recently, and man, they are so expensive, copies of the game. So I was like, well, maybe I'll like borrow Donnie sometime if he's down. I have the double Circle Pad Plus deal, which I think helps. So I'm down to give it a shot if you don't mind if I borrow it sometime. I could also stream it, although I could use the Circle Pad Pro if I streamed it. So I saw the old Newgrounds video Brawl Taunts the other day. Oh, yeah. That's a classic. And Pit has the silver arrows? Yes. It should have a float, hover, cancel like Peach? Oh, are you saying like Pit's up B should? Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Instead of a glide. One thing I deliberately removed from Pit was his glide. Because I think Project Plus's side B is a glide. I think no. Bailey would not have any kind of glide at all. Yeah, I thought it was a good point too, Zange. P plus, you can't really recover with Pete's up B that well, right? Right. I mean, he has a ton of jumps, right? He doesn't need a crazy up B. His recovery is way too good. Greninja was put in Smash 4 before he was even public, and he turned out to be a fan favorite. You're right. That's a good point. That's a good point, Donnie. So to Donnie's point, right? Sakurai just picked Grakuga or Greninja because he liked his design, and he couldn't have predicted that he was going to be a popular pick, and he ended up being popular. So I guess it could really go either way. Kid Icarus Uprising doesn't have dual analog support. I'm thinking of the Circle Pad Pro, not. I think. All right, sounds good, Stanley. Thank you for the lurk. Enjoy work. Hopefully, it's productive. No kid. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. It's for lefties. Oh, you know, I was thinking of the Metal Gear game that you played, Donnie, that supported it. Oh yeah, Dixie. Yeah, that's a good point. If Dixie Kong was in the game, the float could work for Dixie Kong. I would love to see a proper Dixie Kong moveset. That probably exists, honestly. We just have to find it on Brawl Vault. I didn't show Suitless Samus, but I'm just gonna show off because I think it's a really cool moveset. But I think for a follow-up video, I might show it off. Okay, here's the Kid Icarus stage. So this is a custom version of Palutena's Temple from, I think, either Smash 4 or Ultimate. I don't really know which one. And I got rid of the Palutena statue because that's her Palutena's modern design. And Palutena does not look like that from the NES box art. Anyway, so what I like about this moveset is it's obviously Zero Suit Samus in a lot of ways. But also, it's also very unique in a lot of ways. So that's the down B. Side B is you can charge it, and it goes like that, like in the games. I think it's so sick because nothing like makes use out of that, like the running abilities that Samus has in her games. The Real, thank you so much for the follow and for saying hello. Welcome. How about we stay true to Donkey Kong Country? You can buy Diddy and DK into one character like Ice Climbers? Oh man, I don't know about that. I know for Brawl, Sakurai was considering combining Dixie Kong and Diddy Kong into one character, actually. Interestingly enough. Metal Gear Solid 3 does. Got it. But speaking of that, here's a little reveal that I'm going to drop on the stream. So I'm going to start, after this stream's done, I'm going to start a series of playing PlayStation classics. And we're going to start with Final Fantasy VII. And I have like a bunch of mods for the Steam version that I got. So it's going to be super pristine and awesome. And then I'm going to play Metal Gear Solid 1. And then eventually 2 and 3 if there's enough interest. But then along with the other PlayStation games, I want to try... what else do I want to try? I wrote down a bunch that I want to try that are all PlayStation games that I've never played. And for PlayStation 2, I want to try like God of War 2... and Katamari Damacy, I think that's how you pronounce it, which I've never played, and a few other PlayStation classics on PS2. I probably might even start Kingdom Hearts, so, because why not? Basically, us lefties have to either use buttons or the Circle Pad Pro for movement and uprising. Right, that's rough. Sorry to hear that. If you can make a video for it, Palutena, not Palutena. Palutena. You're right. Thanks, Donnie. Appreciate that. I'll let you know if that is something that I like to do. Thank you. I was like the up B is this. It seems way more realistic than her whip thing. Although I guess she has it for her grab, but then her B is just this freeze shot. She's kind of got this whole freeze vibe going on. Okay, then you're helpless after that. Cool. Did you really, Donnie? That's awesome. The servers are still up for that? I didn't know you could still play that. I guess if you do direct somehow. I actually prefer the old NES style they had for Pit, Trophy Melee. I do as well. But that could change once I play Uprising. I just don't love him in Brawl. in Smash. I actually kind of find him a little annoying, but I bet in Uprising he's actually charming, and I will probably change my opinion on that if I play it. Are you serious, Donnie? You got into each other's lobbies? That's hilarious. Unique up smash. That's kind of cool. So we have some unique animations there. So anyway, I think that she's a cool character, but I didn't think she was realistic enough for the video that I wanted to make. So she was absent from that. I also tried putting in the Mage Ganondorf, and that did not work at all. Also, fun fact, the shadow in Codename Melee Deluxe is not at all what you saw in my video. It's actually completely different. It's a lot closer to a Sonic clone. So like, this is a side B.
There's no time to play games.
So, and his B is just this. So there's no, and down B is this as well. But there's no, that's just up B. It's just the normal spring. So, down smash, up smash. So he was a lot more of a clone of Sonic. And I didn't like that as much. So I used the Legacy XP Shadow instead. Now there are some unique things, like the dash attack's unique, the nair's unique, but I didn't think it was enough. Oh yeah, I was moonwalking for a bit. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Actually pretty proud of that. I've not like successfully moonwalked. I know it's easier in PM, but I'm not using the C stick. Alright, alright. He looks like he's been dipped in oil. That's the Dreamcast design, my man. Uprising totally changed your opinion. Okay. I assumed. How's it going, Stelios? Welcome, welcome. Got that oil finish. Chef's kiss. You're used to right stick? Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you're able to adapt, Link. I know they don't always make things for left-handed people. The other thing I want to show off is Kristen Carlton with a raid of 9. Thank you so much, Christy, for the raid. Oh my gosh, I really appreciate that. Christy, how was your Spelunky 2 stream? How the heck was it? Thank you so much. Laggy Dude, welcome in. Kibaraman. Kibaraman. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Welcome in. The other thing that I almost used this Charizard, I forced Crash to give him a proper fire flamethrower attack and not the weird Thunder Punch thing Project Plus gave him. That just doesn't seem right at all. And I wasn't going to give him this down B. Like, what is this? No, he would not glide. No. It's probably good for the Project Plus kit, though. Let's go, Christy!
36? That's more than 35.
Well, thank you so much for the 3-year sub. With 36 months in a row. I appreciate that, Christy. You know, Esther just did her 36 sub as well. Thank you. Finally got to my desk. Love seeing the video. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Stelios. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. So anyway, this Charizard was a little bit too different. I actually like the Canyon Charizard a lot more. So, this down B is just such a weird choice. So, anyway. The best way I could figure out how to get rid of it was just to not use it. So, Crystal, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I know it's been 3 years, Christy. Our friendship has lasted for 3 years at least, and actually before that, probably. Someone probably knows the exact date. There's some slight similarities of Banjo-Kazooie and Uprising. His comments might make you think of something. Oh, like when it comes to the writing, you mean? Yeah, probably a little before that. Our friendship is a junior in high school. Not exactly, Esther. Friendship is a 3-year-old infant. A junior in high school would be like, what, 17? Okay, yeah, I guess you're right. From a perspective of going to a new high school together, yeah, you're right. That's a good way of thinking about it. Can't wait for the teenage angst years of a friendship. Those are real, man. I believe in the puberty stage of friendship. I think that happens. For Lucas, I wanted I again didn't like Project Plus's moveset. I didn't think that it would be anything Sakurai would have ever chosen for Lucas at all. So I heavily borrowed from, I think, either Smash 2 proper or Smash 2 Omega for this Lucas. Let's just go on it for this. Exactly. We're in the puberty stage of our of our marriage. The writing, okay. All right. You know, I'll give it a shot. So, B is actual PK freeze. Side B is PK fire. I like the unique, I like this a lot. So, a lot of what would be in Brawl Lucas is part of this melee Earthbound 64 Lucas, but also the grab would not be the little snake boy. It'd be a standard grab like Ness's. So he'd be closer to Ness in a lot of ways, but he'd also have his own flair. Little electric effects to his moves, which are fun. Anyway. And his design obviously would be Earthbound 64 inspired. So yeah. Yes. Yep. This uses Brawl as a base. Actually, I pulled this up earlier, but I'll pull it up again. Kind of a quick summary of what this uses. Here's a summary of it. So it uses Codename Melee Deluxe primarily, which combines Project Plus and Smash 2. It uses Smash 2, Smash 2 Plus, Smash 2 Omega, and then when it comes to Melee mods, these are the Melee mods that I use. And then for some of the other characters like Shadow and Ganondorf, I used Project Plus EX, or specifically Plus's build with replaced models. So that is what this is based on. Young Link and Ganondorf is Mage Ganondorf from Legacy XP, and Young Link is from that. And so there's some crossover with Legacy XP for sure. And then Dr. Mario is also from Legacy XP. The unique pill throwing. Although I don't think we gave him this move in Legacy XP. I don't remember. The side B. He's got the unique down smash. He's got the unique up smash. And the unique nair, the unique back air animation, and the unique down air, of course. Smash 4 spike. Yeah, Kanye is amazing. Oh, it's the ultimate cape. Wait, is it really? Is this a side B an ultimate? I didn't know that. One thing I was so mad I couldn't do is I wanted to bring back the Legacy XP up B, where like he does up B, and he does like all the little pills or the little viruses go. Doo -doo 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 -doo. I loved that, and I couldn't restore that no matter what I tried, so I just gave up. But I loved that in Legacy XP. I thought that was so cool. All right, then one of my main boys, Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie are near and dear to my heart. They were the first people I ever voted for on the Smash 4 ballot. I've wanted them since 64, even before I played the games. But really, Melee was like, oh man, what if they were in Melee? So this is kind of a culmination of that. And man, this stage is so sick. This stage is not out yet. It has not been released. So if you've seen Nez's Twitter account, which you should totally follow him, by the way. You may have seen this stage in action before, but it's the culmination of what we began, and it's been completely transformed since. It's just so cool. We actually walk on this part. I also like that this character feels a lot more like Banjo-Kazooie from the games in Smash Ultimates. So like even his idle animations from the games. We did change it. Originally, down B was doing Talon Trot, but we decided to change it to be a dash attack like an ultimate eventually for this moveset. And then down B instead, which is awesome. You can ground opponents if I were to land on them. There we go. Down air. The other thing I like that Crash did is the down throw. The Banjo-Tooie reference, which is awesome. Some of them were just repurposed to be from Smash Ultimate because they're, you know, good enough. I love that one. The side B is so much better. It's just... Wonder Wing's okay, but... This is the one kind of glide I'll accept. This is the one glide Melee gets. And then the up smash. This unique up tilt. This down tilt is more accurate to the in-game. He also has a proper nair. And of course, you have to have rat-a-tat rap. Like, come on, Ultimate, what are you doing? You messed up. And then his pack whack moves are great. This is from Banjo-Tooie, so that just made sense. It's easy to die from that. I remember hearing Coney talk about how he feels like the Banjo feels more like a 64 character and all. Yes, he has said that, and I kind of agree. That's one reason I like him. Look at this backwards animation, backwards jump. It's just... King Bob puts so much love into this move, this moveset. It's crazy the second jump is not this, by the way. It's crazy to me that, like... He's just so faithful to Banjo and Kazooie in the games. It's just wonderful. Nick Offerman hasn't even played The Last of Us because he's too obsessed with playing Banjo-Kazooie. I did see that, Donnie. But I think that was... He said, I haven't played a game since Banjo-Kazooie, like 20 years ago or whatever he said. But yes, I did see that. That was hilarious. I also love this taunt. So good. So good. So anyway, just amazing. Was the standing rat-a-tat rap from Tooie anywhere in this moveset? Yes, it is forward tilt. Yep. Yep, it is forward tilt. Cloud's really nothing crazy. He's just basically Smash 4 Cloud meleeified for Project M. But still fun. I mean, the character is really fun to play. You can't see the limit bar. Also, I did my own mod for where I just, someone else did had the English voice actor sound effects, so I just inserted them myself over this moveset. Now, I actually prefer his Japanese voice, but I thought it would make more sense for him to use his English voice. Apparently he has a new Nair in Ultimate. And then Luigi, of course. Here's a little fun fact. In the video, I had Luigi's down B be Poltergust 3000, right? Well, I hate to break it to you, but that is not really at all a thing. He just has this. How I got the Poltergust on there, I'll reveal in a second. But I love his new dash animation, his jump animation, which could just be from Ultimate. But it looks so good on the Melee model. I can't really explain it. Just love it. Obviously his new voice too. Now, actually, there's a voice pack that I prefer. That's actually a Melee mod that gives him his own voice, but I was too lazy to, like, change it, because, I mean, the idea was he has a different voice. It didn't matter which one, really. So, I didn't bother. But anyway, Luigi main here. Love the goofy run, right? It's so good. I love how it's so Smash Brothers, or Super Mario Brothers 2 inspired. It's my favorite thing. No wonder you're a Luigi main. That makes sense. Your name is Waveland Master. I love that. And then Roy is just basically Project Plus Roy. But man, is he fun. Man, is he fun to play. Arcania, Castle Siege. Like Project M, Roy is so awesome, dude. He's just so fun to move with, man. And of course you have this Ridley, which is just freaking awesome. Way better than Ultimate Ridley, in my opinion. Even just for the down air alone. I forgot I told you this already, but Super Sounds has received quite a few updates. Yes, it has. And it was a lifesaver for this video. When I was trying to update a lot of sound effects. Notice the charge. It does the melee thing where it doesn't, he just freezes in place. He doesn't, shake. Like in Brawl, the charge animations had like a special own animation, but in Melee, they just kind of vibrated like that. So it feels more true to Melee. Yeah, it's another well-made character. It's much easier to work with now. You can easily tell what sound is what. Yes, yes, yes. It's so much easier, and it crashes way less often, and it doesn't have that annoying glitch. It just, man, it is so much better. All right, then I think the thing to show you guys last, I've pretty much shown anything of worth. Anything of note. Mewtwo is just Project Plus Mewtwo with the melee design. Actually, there's a few more things to show. Actually, I can just do that. I can do it from... So, I want to show off some of the items. So, some of the Pokeball Pokemon are unique. Like, Togepi I don't think is in Brawl. So, I could be wrong, but... A Clefairy might not be in Brawl. I don't remember. Oh, Sonical is definitely not. Sonical is definitely not in Brawl. So this is an import. Is it Staryu or Starmie in Brawl? I don't remember. This might be an import. I don't remember. Olaman. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, Clefairy was not in Brawl. Togepi is. Okay. And Magikarp wasn't in any of the Smash games, but I just thought that was cool. A Brawl Vault entry. Also, today I learned Brawl didn't have all the legendary birds. It only had some of them. Which is a crime. Wow, so many Magikarp. What the heck? Oh yeah, this is the Caesar. My goal was to replace this character with Scyther and show off a Scyther. And Scyther would do this, but I just didn't have time and I didn't think it was worth it to show. And Latios and Latias, yes. Mostly Gen 3 and 4, exactly. So these are all efforts to make it more like Melee. So Venusaur, I think, was Metagross in here. So I think this is Metagross normally. Man, I got so many Caesars this time around. Yeah, so imagine this is Scyther, and because Scyther was in Smash 64 as a Pokemon, instead he would have done this. That was the idea, instead of Weavile or whatever it is in the in Brawl. Proper heart container. Maximum Tomato, the Melee one. Love to see it. Oh yeah, so speed shoes instead of I don't really know what the speed shoes do. They don't make me. I don't feel like I'm faster with them, but I think it's kind of fun. There's a Sonic item. The poison mushroom looks like that, which is awesome. Sorry, Diddy Kong. I know you didn't consent. Timer is just normal. So you can still walk in this version. But the Brawl Fire Flower is different, so they did change it. I think that was Al George Romo that did that. Beamsaur is also like Melee. Instead of sounding like the worm. And then what I really like is they changed the gooey bomb thing to the time might item. And it doesn't have the little ticking sound, unfortunately, so I had to add that in post. But it works just like the gooey bomb, but to replace that with... Wait, where'd it go? Oh, there we go. I mean, that was just such a smart replacement. So it's on Diddy Kong. So it looks comically large, but I'd probably reduce the size of it a bit if I were to edit it. But I didn't want to do all that time for an item. Can't beat Melee Beam Sword. Exactly right. Sadly, adding in new items is not that easy in Brawl. Yeah. It's not. But you can replace existing ones. Make them look like Melee items. Like this Deku-Nut got Meleeified. So I just think... Also, this would have been around. Animal Crossing was out. There's already Animal Forest on the 64. Smart Bomb also has its Star Fox 64 appearance, which is freaking awesome. Smoke Ball is just probably normal. Team Healer is kind of the same. Franklin Badge. These are all pre-melee items. Oh yeah, so what I also like, instead of the Kirby Air Ride machine, the Dragoon, I believe, it's the 3 parts to an R-Wing, which is so clever. Like, these kind of clever replacements I just think are so fun. It's like, well, we can't add a new item in, so how can we repurpose the ones that are already in Brawl to look more like Melee, right? Like, watch this. So I'm going to do something. Hopefully it won't break stuff. I'm going to turn on debug mode. Then I'm going to press B. And I want to show you this frame by frame. So Olimar, I edited this animation. So he goes up into the SS Dolphin. He jumps into the little hole thing. Boing. There he goes. Now look. His position is correct. It's in the right cockpit. If it's not altered, he'll be in the wrong section of the ship, but I actually edited it so he's in the right part of the ship. So yeah. That's a very small detail, but I did put in the work. I did put in the work for it, so I wanted to call it out so somebody would appreciate it. But anyway. So for his smash attacks, you can kind of hear him speak a little bit. And for his taunt, you can. But then for the other ones, I just relied on the little sounds. Oh, the melee sounds. So anyway, if a sequel, or not a sequel, an update to Codename Melee Deluxe ever comes out, I hope they use this Olimar, because I put some work into it. An unused song entry for Animal Crossing song. I did not know that, Link. Wow. That's awesome. I wonder what... I'm surprised that's not been more covered. That seems like really big news. That they were considering Animal Crossing, potentially. An Animal Crossing character. So... Melee Samus with Project Plus moveset is uber broken. Like, half the sound effects don't work. Like, that's not complete. That's not complete. That is, but there's no sound for the side tilt. The run sounds wrong. And then this is no sound effect at all. No sound effect at all. MK Switch, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome in. So I do a lot of like editing in the video. Dude, K Rool is what I want to do next. That's what I want to do next. Radio Exercises, the song for morning aerobics from the original Animal Crossing song entry. What? Was that a recent discovery, Link? I have not heard that at all. That's so cool. Alright, so that concludes the majority of what you saw in the video. To show off the rest, I will open the other build that I used and show that off next. And this is going to be the Project Plus EX build based on Puss's build. It essentially is Puss's build, but with my own little modifications here and there. I did a lot of the modifications were simply replacing the models with the Smash 2 models, and then also replacing the stages with some of the Smash 2 stages for lighting purposes. This is real laggy at first. So I like to do this, get all the lag out of the way. Alright. So if I were to pick this Ganondorf here. I remember, I think this stage is, yeah, this is a stage that's melee-ified, so the lighting works. But see, here's where, this is Project Ganondorf over the melee model. So for the video, this is what I did, basically. So this is not even in Smash 2 or Codename Melee Deluxe. It just uses the Smash 2 lighting for the stage, the Smash 2 model, and then the Project Ganondorf moveset. And to get all the scenes to work right, I also had to use the... So here's something funny. If I pick Link, here's Link. If I pick another costume of Link, and then let's say like Zelda, and I go to, oh my gosh, what? One of these builds was more stable than the other. I want you to guess which one it was. Anyway, I guess we won't be doing that. With this build, I had to be so careful. I had to be so careful what I picked. Oh, it's been on the Brawl cutting room floor stage for quite some time. Okay. I guess I just missed it then. I love Blaziken. I think Blaziken is freaking awesome, and if I did a follow-up to the one I did, I'd definitely include Blaziken, because Blaziken's sick. I'd have to figure out if I keep it melee or if I try to use a brawl design one. Anyway, so here's Luigi. And then we'll do... this is the shadow that I used. Actually, the level 9 is going to be too much for me. So we're going to do... Feeble. What stage worked? This one? Question mark? You kidding me? Alright. Alright, only safe picks only. I compiled a list of those unused song entries with all the info we know. Oh, what? That's awesome, man. I hope the Project Plus team appreciated that work. All right. Luigi. We'll pick somebody really safe like Kirby, who I know works. Actually, it'd be funnier if I picked green DDD. Now, please don't crash. Please, 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 please don't crash. Okay. So DDD is completely invisible. Oh gosh, I forgot he's in control. But basically, this Luigi has a permanent Poltergust 3000 attached to him. He's the same exact Luigi as what you saw earlier. The only difference is his down B has a different animation. It actually has the same movement properties, so I could pretend like it's the normal, you know, down B that Luigi has, movement-wise, so he looks goofy while he does it. But if I hold still, and I add in a sound effect later, it looks like he's using the Poltergust 3000. It doesn't actually work at all. So with this invisible DDD, I had him press B, so it looked like Luigi was the one inhaling characters, not DDD. So that's how I did that. That's the secret. So anyway, then we have this Shadow, obviously. I had to replace this Sonic to be like the one from Codename Melee Deluxe. If I recall correctly, I did over the base stage. Yep. So for the game, I did this. This is the one that you saw earlier. The only problem that I realized is Jason Griffith voiced this Shadow, which I would have fixed if I cared enough, but I didn't, so I didn't do it. So this is just Legacy XP Shadow. Yeah, and apparently it has definitely Jason Griffith. So yeah, and that's really all I use, if I recall correctly, from this. I only use like 3 characters, but if I make a sequel to this video, I want to include Waluigi. I want to include Black Shadow. I want to include Blaziken. I want to include Geno, right? I want to include these characters. I do not want to include Palutena. I do not want to include Corrin or Robin. Lyn might be cool, but there's also, oh man, Navarre, which I might include, because that was Sakurai's #1 Fire Emblem pick, was Navarre. But Lyn could be another one, because Lyn's from Roy's Fire Emblem game, and I think Navarre is from the very first Fire Emblem game. So anyway, those would be contenders. The only brawl mod that exists for Mega Man that I think is competent is Mega Man X. So I don't know if it makes sense to use Mega Man X. Maybe it would. Time period wise, I'd have to think about it. Then of course Bomberman would be included. I don't think Dante would be included, but it's cool that he's here. Definitely Isaac would be included. Probably not Knuckle Joe or Bandana D, but they'd probably be NPCs in adventure mode. Is probably how I'd spin it. So like kind of like in my 6-month video, we'd have them cross Bandana D and Knuckle Joe as enemies. And that would be an opportunity to use those characters, which would be pretty cool. And they'd be universe-specific enemies that you could not play as, but they'd be NPCs. Definitely not Toon Link. I'm never going to put Toon Link in one of my videos. I think with Young Link, it doesn't make any sense to also have Toon Link, in my opinion. Yeah, those are the big ones. There's more for sure, but in terms of more that would fit Melee, those are really the big ones. All right. Well, that's that. I think, let's see here. I really showed off everything I wanted to. You know what? I could also show off my custom Mechania build that I used. I think that'd be worth showing off. Gotta remember where I put it. I think it's games. No, I think it's in here. Oh, wait. What? Okay, here it is. I think it's this. To get all the stage screenshots and stuff, I used this. Or wait. So here's the custom stage selection screen that I showed off in the game. And if I highlighted over it, you would have seen that like the icon, the series icon would be a question mark. And stuff would not have been right. Like I named subcon, I named Mushroom Kingdom correct. I named all these. Oh, that's so funny. So just some of them don't have the right series icon, they don't have the right stage tape because it didn't literally exist, right? Like Sprout Tower just has Poke Float's model. But yeah, where I could, I definitely tried to match them up. Hyrule Castle's Great Bay. Yeah, exactly. But it did work seamlessly. Like for the HD Congo Jungle, that model existed because of the 64 stage. So I was able to use that, which was nice. Nothing exists for Metal Cavern. So I just had to kind of not hover over it in the video so it wouldn't look weird. But yeah, this is an actual Melee menu. I used Melee modding tools, MEX, to make this character selection screen. To make this the stage selection screen. To make the character one, I literally just used Photoshop and I captured like the background, right? I captured the background as a video loop, and then I made this part blank. So I can put whatever icons I wanted in Photoshop, and then that's how I can make all the custom character selection screen stuff. So yeah, that's really the big stuff. I think next time I stream, I will probably do Final Fantasy VII and start my PlayStation stuff if you guys are down to watch and hang out. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you for being here and making this a good time. Yeah, I'm really excited to play Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I've never played it, so it's gonna be a good time. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Stelios. It was good to have you. Good to have you, Christy. Also, I like how Sonic is the only third party to get 2 stages in the video. Yes, exactly. It's because of Shadow is the idea. Every third party rep would get at least 1 stage. Yes, thanks, Waveland. I appreciate it. I'm really excited to play it. So, anyway, just to kind of recap earlier, what I said earlier, check out my new video on what if Melee was the first Smash game. We're at a little over 50,000 views right now, which is great. My goal for the video, it's at 55,000, that's nice. My goal is to at least get to 200K to match my 6 months video. But I don't know if it'll actually surpass my speedrun video or not. But the goal is definitely to do that. And then also, if you don't mind, subscribe to my second YouTube channel and watch my Why is Melee So Nostalgic video. Because I think I make a pretty good argument. But I would love to hear your thoughts. So please, if you're interested, comment on this video and let me know your thoughts. Thanks for the YouTube command, Christy. That was perfect. Is there one for my second? I don't think there is. Or maybe it's bonus. There is. Bonus. The bonus command. I can't believe I remembered that. Yeah, Christy, thank you so much. It's good to be back. Even better for a first time. Sweet. Take care. Yay, I'm glad to hear that. I'm looking forward to seeing you in chat later on, Stelios. I'll have to check out the nostalgia one. I would love for you to give your thoughts on it. Because I know you care a lot about design of games and art direction. So it has a lot to do with that. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's find someone to raid. It was nice that the stream kind of went well without any hitches. That doesn't always happen, so. Pipsqueak TV is streaming. Pipsqueak, from what I know, makes some pretty awesome stuff. We're gonna wait for the little ad break to go away. Yeah. Pipsqueak. We could raid Pipsqueak. Let's see. Oh. We could also raid Cypher. Is Cypher doing... Oh, Zug, dude. Hey, thanks for the resub, man.
Stopping by to say what's good.
Thanks. I appreciate that. How are you, Zug? We're about to raid someone. Maybe we'll raid Cypher. Cypher runs an awesome Melee podcast called Top of the Smash Mountain. So you guys should give him some love. He's got a custom Melee pack going on. So Zug, thank you for the 26 months, man. I super duper appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. And for the next stream, hopefully we'll do some Final Fantasy VII, some PlayStation games. So, all right. Chrissy's got the raid message ready, and with that, we will